What's up world, my name is Charlatan and you're watching Valorant 101. I'm a former professional CSGO and PUBG player with over 20,000 hours of experience in FPS games and over 50,000 hours in esports overall. I've played for many teams in my competitive career and I've experienced the lowest of the low and the highest of the high. I've coached way too many players in League of Legends and CSGO over the course of the past 6 years, and I know how to make people better, not only in games, but I also worked as a personal trainer in real life. Because of my previous Valorant guides and tutorials, a lot of you, my friends, sent me emails like this one for an example. Hi, I found your YouTube videos. Absolutely love them. Learned so much about Valorant just from watching them over the weekend. One thing you mentioned is a mentor. I was wondering if you do lessons, paid of course, and would you take up the role for me? No problem if not, I will still watch the videos, but you seem like a cool guy and like you know a lot about Valorant, so thought I would ask. Thanks, Tom. Thank you, Tom, and I appreciate all of your support and kind words, my dear friends. But making money out of the YouTube and taking money directly from you guys is the last thing that is on my list for this channel at the moment. So I decided to make a new series on the channel called How to Play Valorant or Valorant Gameplay Coaching. If you have a better name, feel free to write it down in the description. So, how does it work? Basically, you can send me via email replays of your Valorant gameplay and what is your problem in Valorant. What do you think that you're doing wrong? Where do you want to improve? Or simply asking any concerns or questions that you have about specific round or problem that you are encountering in that Valorant gameplay footage that you sent to me. And I will make a coaching video on that specific topic while trying to give an answer on your problem and giving you a simple solution, and not only solution to you but to everybody that is watching that video on my channel, on this channel. In that way, I'm not only going to help you, I'm also going to help everybody that is watching that video. You can send your replays to my emails biz.charlatan@gmail.com and valorant.charlatan@gmail.com, or you can simply upload your clean gameplay videos on YouTube as unlisted and I will directly download them from there. But please make sure that video footage is in full HD resolution just for the better quality for other viewers. In this video, I'm going to explain you how to think in Valorant, how to use map knowledge to your advantage, and how to hold, peek, pre-aim, and pre-shoot certain angles. I will use the footage of my personal gameplay from my previous live stream, but in future, you are going to be the star of this show. First, I'm going to show you the whole round, and I keep all the timestamps down in description. I truly value your time, my friends. But now is the time to jump straight into the action. I'm not gonna have fun. Valorant is PC only. Yes! Okay. They push me, they push me. Good job, Vic. You see? Go back. Now we play mind games. We play mind games. No problem. We go back. We use the smoke on A, on B. Pardon me. Now we can do this. Look at this. They will think we are going for B, but actually we're going A. Now, since we have a Molotov, we can use it at this angle here. Check this corner here. Check the site. Check everything. Everything's clear. Plant the spike. Maybe he's there, but my teammates don't care. He's not there. Okay. We use a different position because we don't want to be outside. We want to surprise our enemies. He will probably come shifting here. Okay. One guy's coming. Done. Done. Okay, that's how you take a quadra kill. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, my dear friends. We are back. Let's start this coaching session. As you can see in this footage, like, I did nothing actually special. We just won a round, like, I did 4 kills, I planted a bomb. Everything went kinda normal, but there's a lot of little points. The way I'm thinking, the way I'm playing, the way I'm picking positions, that is what is important in this video. It's not about flashy plays, it's not about pentakills, it's not about destroying everybody 1 versus 5, but the way you think, the way you play, those mind games and 200 IQ is what's gonna get you that victory in this game. So let's start off with the beginning of this video. At the beginning of this video, you can see, the first thing you see here is how I'm placing my keyboard. Like, my keyboard is always at a certain angle. Why do I do that? Because of the left flicks. If I want to flick left, I have more space to flick left with my mouse. I also have a lot of space on my right, so I always keep a lot of space on my right and left side, and I keep my keyboard as far as possible from the mouse. That's a first tip. It's a free one, you don't have to pay me anything, let's move forward. So I'm playing Brimstone this game, which is really not my main character. I love Raze, I love Cypher, Sage, etc. Like, Brimstone is maybe my 5th or 6th character, but I enjoyed him this game. The first thing I did here is I planted a smoke at middle area, because I know the Sage always push that middle area, but unfortunately I was not able to do it fast enough, so she puts the wall in front of me. Then, at this point here, like, I was expecting her to push, like, the sewers, but they kinda stepped back from that idea, and my Phoenix did a kill in that moment at the A site. At that moment, I was like, maybe we should go to A, we have a free kill there, but then I saw at minimap a question mark. I saw that my teammates actually saw the enemy at this area, this B area here. So I engage with my teammates because I know the enemy is there. Jett goes straight forward with her dash. This is a really bad way to use dash of Jett, because she didn't know if there are 2 enemies or just 1 enemy. And of course there were 2 enemies. There were enemy Jett and Raze from the enemies. So my Jett gets instantly destroyed, but because of the bomb that my Raze actually planted on the ground, my Raze dropped her signature ability and destroyed our Jett. That was really unfortunate. I know that my Raze dropped the bomb here, so I know this bomb is gonna splatter, it's gonna split into 4 different parts and explode. And I'm trying to use this explosion, this obstruction of vision as my cover to spray down the enemies, because I've seen on the minimap 2 question marks in this direction. This is a pure game sense and actually the positioning of your crosshair. I know from my experience that this is basically the level of the head of the enemies at this distance, and I'm using this angle here as my guidance. Where should I aim here? And not only that, I'm also using this as my cover, and I want to spray down through this explosion in order to get those 2 easy kills, because I see them on minimap and I'm trying to refrag my Jett. What happens here right now is that I get headshotted and a body shot from enemy's Raze, but I quickly adjust my crosshair, so you can see here that I quickly pull down my mouse in order to adjust my crosshair and to headshot her. Just watch it right here. You see, I instantly pull down because I knew when you get headshotted in this game, your crosshair flies up and it goes back down. But it doesn't go back down at the position where you were, it goes back somewhere higher, a bit higher, like somewhere here. And I pull down my crosshair and I pull down my actual recoil and gave her an easy headshot. At that moment, I wasn't sure where the enemy Jett was, like when I was shooting the Raze, but then I'm paying a close attention at minimap at all times. I'm always watching what my teammates are doing. I'm keeping left eye on map and my right eye on the crosshair. Like, I'm always watching those 2 positions at my screen, if that makes any sense. Like, of course I don't have a split vision. That's just how I look at things. If I get the Alienware eye tracker, you are going to notice that a lot on my live streams. Like, always try to see what's happening on the minimap while still being able to aim down sight and still being able to spot enemies as soon as possible on your actual screen. I knew, because of this question mark, that enemy Jett is somewhere here. So I instantly pre-peek this corner, pre-shoot him. So the Jett kills the Raze, and look how my crosshair is positioned. Like, it's not positioned here, it's not positioned here, I'm already pre-aiming the spot where I think the enemy is gonna be. And I'm already putting my crosshair at least at her body level or at her neck. So, what happens right here? She's crouching, but because I positioned my crosshair a bit lower, like at neck level, I'm able to pull down my crosshair. You're going to notice a slight movement of my mouse down. And at that moment, she also releases her crouch, and unfortunate for her, she dies. If she stayed at the crouch position, maybe I'd miss her, and maybe she'd kill me. But because of this unfortunate situation, she instantly died from my headshot. Now, I got 2 kills. We are in a 3 versus 2 situation. We don't have spike. I need to push for the spike. I know the Phoenix is here. And now, it's really obvious that enemies have an information that we are pushing B site. So they don't know that Phoenix is lurking at A site. So what do I call at this moment is, I'm calling a fake. What is a fake? When you fake one site and you go to the other one. I wanted Phoenix to push this heaven and clear the heaven and A site for us. In the meantime, me and Sage, we are faking this area here. So what do I do right now is I planted 2 smokes here and here. Those smokes are really usual when you're trying to push the B site in order to lurk out the enemies to the B site. I thought the enemies are rotating and I wanted to position them at this heaven position here and at this position here. I plan down the smokes and I say to Sage and Phoenix, come on guys, let's attack A site. It's gonna be free because we faked B site, they're going to rotate. And they did rotate indeed. So right now we're just running because I'm 99% sure that they didn't push mid. Because why? Because Sage planted the wall. Because of that wall, enemies couldn't push us behind us. They could have pushed sewers, but highly unlikely because they already got information from their teammates that we are pushing B site. So I assumed that they are either heaven or they are there spawn waiting to attack either B site or A site or B site. Phoenix is clearing the A site as I expected, and why did I do this ultimate here? This is just a 50-50 ultimate. This was a gamble. So I gambled that enemies Sova or Sage is playing this position here, here, or here. And I just wanted to lurk them, to make them think that we are 100% going B site. Like, I didn't want anyone to be in this area here. I wanted them to be here and here. And I think I made a really good call there, and I made them rotate really, really hard. So now we're just clearing A site and we are pushing the A site. In the meantime, Sage resurrects Raze. What kind of information do I get from that? I get information that Raze and Sage are actually at this position here, because I know that I killed Raze there. So you need to keep a good tracking of what the enemy's abilities do, what kind of agents enemies have alive, and also where did you kill the enemies in this game. It's really important to keep those 3 keynotes always in your mind. Like, always when you're playing, try to think about those 3 things. How do I enter this bomb site? Well, I don't know where the Sova is. I don't know if he is maybe in this area here, maybe he's heaven camping somewhere. Like, Phoenix didn't check anything. Phoenix just rushed here, and that was a really bad play from Phoenix. Sage is following me, Sage is supporting me, take this site. Instead of that, Phoenix should have stayed at heaven and guarded this position here. Instead, he started lurking around, and that is a bad play, ladies and gentlemen. If he stayed in vents, that's okay. If he stayed in heaven, that's amazing. If he cleared the whole site, that's even better. But instead of that, he decided to push this area here all the way to mid. In the meantime, what do I have to do? Like, I still need to check heaven, and I need to check this area here, because I don't know where is the Sova. Where can Sova be? I know that Raze and Sage are here. I do Molotov at this area here in order to not get peeked from Sova, because I don't know, maybe Sova is maybe hiding here, 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 here. Like, he can be anywhere at this point of time. Maybe he didn't even rotate. I take my gun. I have only 3 angles to look now. I have this angle here, which I already see there's no Sova there. My Molotov is already flying there, so I will just ignore that for now, because I know my Molotov will clear that area. And I need to check this corner and bomb site. So I quickly peek left. There's no need to peek, like commit to the full peek, because Phoenix was already there. Like, it's highly unlikely that Sova is here, but you always want to be at least 99% sure that enemies are not at the bomb site. Like, the enemies are not at that corner. Always clear your corners. Always pre-peek. Always pre-aim. Always think that enemy might actually be there. So we clear this corner. As you can see, I instantly turn right to check the bomb site. So Sova could have been here. I kind of just fast peeked there because I was already sure that he's not on the site. So right now, there's no Sova. It's clear to plant. I planted here because I wanted enemies to... I wanted to bait out the enemies, because right now something is gonna happen. Phoenix dies at mid area while we are planting bomb at A site. You should never do that. If you already have bomb site, don't bait out your teammates. Don't go for those 1 versus 3 plays. Don't go for some epic frags. Play with your team. Instead, what should have Phoenix done? Guard this area here. Wait for the enemies here or here. That would be perfect play. So I need to plant here because enemies, like my Sage, is really playing an offensive position as well. She could have died at any point of time and I would have been 1 versus 3. So if she died, I could have just easily rotated 3 enemies around this wall and the wall behind this one. So right here, I could have positioned myself here. And if 3 enemies are coming like 2 positions from here and here, I can easily flick them and try to kill them 1 versus 3. If I planted at this side here and stayed on bomb site, like, there is no way you can kill 3 enemies at the same time. You always want to split them one at a time. So you always want to take one fight, another fight, and then another fight. Like, you don't want to fight 2 enemies at the same time. You will always lose. So now I place my steam beacon because the enemies could already be at heaven, especially enemy Sova, and the enemy could already be here. I get a bit of fire rate speed from steam beacon, from combat team, and I position myself at this corner. This is kinda... It's not an off angle, like, people can still expect you to be at this corner, but I was really confident, even though I had 0 armor. As you can see right now, my crosshair is positioned really close to the wall, and at the enemy's head location. Like, when the enemy peeks, my crosshair is gonna be at their head, exactly. I'm assuming that enemies are shifting, they are walking, they're going slowly to attack the site. At this point here, I heard enemy's Sage footsteps. She was running. So I slightly pulled myself a bit from the wall and my crosshair as well. Because when she runs out, she's going to wide peek me. She's gonna peek me at this position here. So if I put my crosshair here, I had to flick from this side to this side. Instead, I position my crosshair a bit right from the wall, as you can see right now. As you can see right there, like, I positioned my crosshair. I hear her footsteps, she's running. I know that she's not gonna pick me slowly, so I position my crosshair from here to here, and then she comes out. I missed my first bullet, unfortunately, but I quickly reposition my crosshair at her head level location. I crouch down to make her miss my head, and I kill her easily. Then, I have information from Sage that they are pushing this side here, so I had information that Sova and Raze are at this position. I quickly rotate myself at heaven. At that moment, unfortunately, Sova is already on the site. He probably pushed from the heaven, jumped down, and he is now defusing the bomb. And I know where I planted the bomb. I strictly place her there because I also you can also penetrate this wall. You can shoot the enemies through this wall. That's why I placed it there and not here. If I place the bomb here, I have to be at the bomb site in order to defend it. If I place it here, you can defend it from many angles. You can go to heaven, you can go here, you can play here, you can play under heaven. There's so many playstyles you can do. So always think, where should you plant the bomb? How much parts of the map you actually have? Like, is this clear for you? Like, is heaven clear for you? Is this part of the map clear? Is this map part of the map clear? How much of the map you actually have to navigate and to trick your enemies? Now I start spraying through this because I heard that enemy Sova is actually diffusing, and my Sage is coming to help me as well. And at that time, enemy Sova peeks out. I instantly spray transfer him. So I did not stop my spray because I'm already in ADS, and your spray control is kinda... Your vertical recoil is lower when you're ADSing. That's why I was in ADS. I instantly transfer my spray. As you can see, I snapshotted at him and kill him with an easy headshot. And that is how I think and how I play during the round. I always keep one, like, I always want to say one eye at the map. That's impossible, but I always keep my sight, like, at least 30% of times I'm watching my map, and 50% of times I'm watching this part, this area of my vision. The rest of the time I'm trying to see if someone is here. Like, I'm always trying to cover as much vision as possible. Like, but map and your crosshair are the two main points that you should always watch out. And you need to know to track the enemy's position. Try to put yourself in the foot of enemy. If I was in position of enemies, what would I do? So for an example, if I hear two smokes on the B side and Brimstone dropping ultimate, would I rotate here? Probably. Like, there is 70% of chance that I would rotate B, because I would think that you're actually attacking B side from mid and from B, especially because my two teammates died at this area here. So that is how you should always think. Try to trick the enemies, try to bait the enemies out, try to pre-peek the angles, always clear the bomb sites no matter what. Like, enemies could be anywhere. The Sova could be whole round at this area here, or on the bomb site. So always clear your angles. Pre-peek, pre-shoot, and position your crosshair at the enemies. At least try to hit their neck or body. Don't go, if you place your crosshair like this, we are not friends anymore. Sorry, but we are not friends. Try to keep your crosshair at the enemy's head location, or neck or body, in order to kill them. And always try to put your crosshair where you think the enemies are. So if I was to pick this corner, I would place my crosshair here, because I know that enemies could be on these ropes. They could be climbing and shooting me from the ropes. And that is how you think when you are trying to clear the corners, hold the angles, and as well, how should you think when you're trying to clutch the round and win the round in Valorant. So hopefully this answers a lot of questions about how should you think in Valorant, how should you play in Valorant, and how to actually pre-shoot, peek, pre-aim, and hold certain angles. Like, I'm gonna make 300 videos in this series, millions of videos, so I will always explain you these things in details. For now, this is everything that you need to know to make yourself better player and to progress in your Valorant journey. And that concludes this Valorant coaching session. I hope that you realize now how you should think inside the game. But even if you didn't, don't worry, there will be much more videos coming your way to teach you how to play Valorant. If you found this video helpful or informative, hit that subscribe, turn on those goddamn notifications, and spank the bell icon so you don't miss any new content from me, myself, Charlatan. Leave a like on this video and leave a comment down below should we continue this video series on the channel. In the meantime, share this video, spread the word about this channel with everyone you know. It helps me a lot. And in the description you have other social media where you can follow me for some future live streams and announcements. And you can also join my official Discord server. I want to keep in touch with all of you, my dear friends. I'm yours, one and only, Warden of the Valorant community. Thank you for watching, and cut!